Ladies and gents, welcome to CG Reacts, and this is Miscellaneous Miss, the Tarasque, by the channel Sarcastic production. There's a lot of D&D in this video, but less than you might be expecting. Okay, there's not much of description detail here, so I don't know what this video is about. From which somebody in the comments says something about Jesus, so I don't know. This is Christian mythology. That would be surprising. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction. There's a link in the description. Check out the cast of playlists like Sarcastic production reaction. I upload quite a video from this channel already. All the history videos, trope talk, mythological videos. So check out the playlist. All the videos are there if you missed any. Check out the playlist too, like history with all my historical video reactions, internet students, CGP Grey, Tier Zoo, cause that in a nutshell with all the science videos. Yeah, let's watch this one.
Realize this might not be the most relatable experience to pitch as an intro, but who here has read through the D&D Monster Manual? Being a classic sword and sorcery type game, it's got all the bad guys you'd expect it to have. Orcs, zombies, dragons, fish people, stuff mostly ripped either from folk.
There's a lot of D&D in this. Dungeons and Dragons, what?
Folklore, Tolkien, or Lovecraft, plus a handful of original creations to flesh out the roster. But unsurprisingly, as the installments continued and the source material got thinner on the ground, the monsters started getting weirder as the writers were forced to get more original. I mean, who can forget such creations as Cyborg Bear, or Evil Shrubbery, or It's like a dude, but he glows, and his head is like floating, or It's like a different dude, but he glows, and his head is floating, and also he's wearing a dress. But in terms of memorable monsters you'd think had to be original D&D creations due to sheer craziness, first place easily goes to the Tarasque, a colossal monster with a very bizarre visual design, who oscillates between sleeping for months on end and single-handedly carving a path of devastation through your unsuspecting game module. But surprise, surprise, this perfect engine of destruction is actually ripped straight from the pages of the folkloric history of southern France, and the originator of this beast is exactly who we're going to be discussing today.
First I'm like, what the hell, this is about Miscellaneous Myths and she's talking about Dungeons and Dragons, but no, this is an actual myth from France, okay.
Now the Tarasque is a classic medieval dragon, which means that it looks nothing like any self-respecting dragon should.
Head of a lion, shell of a turtle, tail of a scorpion, legs of a bear. Okay.
And is instead a chimerical mashup of a half-dozen wildly incongruous animal characteristics barely masquerading as a functional life form. Despite its absolutely ludicrous character design, the Tarasque has managed to muster up enough narrative intimidation factor to make a major nuisance of itself and ravage its way through most of southern France with all the grace and subtlety of a politically charged YouTube comment. The nearby kingdom of Nerluc, which I think is pronounced that way, has been trying its best to kill the Tarasque, or at minimum drive it away. But no number of knights in shining armor or big swanky catapult units are capable of halting its kaiju-esque.
Nerluc. Okay. So this is like, Godzilla type of mythology of France, huh? I mean, this might be the original one. Godzilla is not a mythology, right? Somebody just made a movie out of it, a really old movie, so I guess they took inspiration from something like this. A giant monster attacking like that.
Rampage. But those of you with a cursory knowledge of kaiju movies know that the only way to defeat a beast of such biblical proportions is to either orchestrate a highly cinematic confrontation between it and—
Wait a minute, which movie is that? Production value looks high enough. Okay.
The only way to defeat a beast of such biblical proportions is to either orchestrate a highly cinematic confrontation between it and a friendly monster of even more biblical proportions, or to introduce it to a lovely young lady with a propensity for screaming operatically in skimpy nightgowns. Regrettably, this story takes place prior to the invention of both opera and lingerie, so instead we're going to have to settle for the fully clothed and generally level-headed Saint Martha.
Oh, come on, man. Saint Martha, patron saint of servants, travelers, maids, housewives. Sister to biblical Lazarus. What? Known wearer of clothes. Okay. Oh, so now I understand the comment. Martha watches her brother Lazarus get brought back to life, becomes a hardcore Jesus fangirl, gets exiled by the Romans for her fangirlism. Yeah. Read, executed by being put on a creek. Okay.
Saint Martha, who strolls into town just in time to witness the Tarasque's latest bout of shenaniganery and resolves to do something about it. So Saint Martha heads off to confront the Tarasque and resolves the matter in classic saintly fashion by slopping some holy water on that sucker and smacking him with a crucifix. The Tarasque, now thoroughly tame thanks to the healing power of Jesus, is led back to the town, at which point he is, of course, tragically killed by the frightened townspeople, presumably so the line, "'Twas beauty killed the beast," could become a thing 900 years earlier than expected. Anyway, Saint Martha is displeased at the frankly eminently reasonable reaction from the townsfolk and chastises them, who respond by converting to Christianity and renaming the town Tarasque.
So let me get this straight. She just walked there, throw some holy water there, and hit the beast with the cross, and the beast got tame. She's like, look at that shit, it worked. Happily comes back to town. Everybody's like, that's the monster, get him, and everybody just stabs the monster. Is that it? Damn.
on in an attempt to make up for their reflexive monster-slaying response. Saint Martha later goes on to visit the picturesque Spanish town of Villajoyosa and single-handedly wipes out an invading fleet of Berber pirates by triggering a flash flood. So I guess violence is sometimes the answer after all. Through the mist, through the woods, through...
Yeah, I guess it wasn't the violence was the issue. It's like, you know, she did all the work and tamed the beast and everybody just killed her. That was the issue, I guess. Picking this ending song was a huge reach, but there's really aren't many songs about giant monsters that are easily translatable to single alto voice and poorly strummed acoustic guitar.
Through the darkness and the shadows, it's a nightmare, but it's one exciting ride.
I was genuinely surprised that the D&D Tarasque has the shell, obviously not a turtle shell, but still a relic from the original design. I wasn't expecting to see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, whoever created that D&D thing, obviously they took it from this French myth. Obviously, I highly doubt it's just a coincidence. So they were like, let's keep it to the original design. Why not? We live in a post-bus world, so I want you all to know how difficult it was for me to avoid making a "why did you say that" name joke. Yeah, okay.
Say a prayer, then we're there at the drawbridge of a cat.
And that's it. Yeah, alright. Damn, okay. I've not reacted to many France mythology. This is one of them, I guess. So France's, southern town was attacked by this weird type looking creature. I mean, head of a lion and all the different limbs from different animals. Also Greek mythology also has that, right? Which was that monster's name? I forgot. Wait a minute. I forgot the name, but the Greek monster, that one of the hero kills the monster, that also has that kind of thing, right? Limbs are different animals and things like that. So yeah, so this is, I guess, one of them. But what is other French mythologies? I've never come across any. I mean, I've seen I guess Irish, obviously Greek, American, obviously Indian, even Japanese, Asian too, I think, right? Yeah, but I've never come across any French mythologies. So is there any? But did this channel cover it? But yeah, that was something. What was the story of this this mythology? What was the, I guess, what you learned thing, that power of cross is just way too good or something? I don't know. Every mythology has some lessons to give. I don't know what the lessons were about this, but this was just awesome. Alright, people, that was Miscellaneous Mr. Tarasque. If you like my reaction, don't like, subscribe, check out the lyrics under this link in the description, check out the cards wall, please check out the end cards, and I'll see you next time.